This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
12-223-385. As I told you that in the second hour we're going to be joined by my brother Benjamin Zulu, and he's here, my dear listener. How to avoid being led to suicide in marriage. That is our topic of the conversation today. But most importantly, my dear listener, remember I've always said that our relationships are the way they are because of the way we are. Our marriages are the way they are because of the way we are. Our work is the way it is because of the way you are, my dear listener. Our friendships are the way they are because of the way you are, okay? Maybe you are stuck wherever you are because of unhealed traumas, my dear listener. Maybe your children are the way they are because you are projecting onto them your unhealed traumas as a parent, which is why, by the way, Benjamin has organized a very, very beautiful conference. It's calling upon you and your friend, my dear listener, to come so that together we can heal. Remember, he's going to be talking about healing and unveiling your best self. That is the theme of this conference, my dear listener. Why heal? Because we have unhealed traumas. I've always said that trauma is hidden in the body and reveals itself in our relationships, which is why you better be able to show up for this beautiful conference that is coming up, Healing and Unveiling Your Best Self. By the way, that is the conference 10th June of 2023. Now, you need to do your booking because the slots are very limited. So the number to call, 0701 299 333. That is the number, 0701 299 333. I really want you to show up because we are battling unhealed traumas, and no wonder our marriages are the way they are, our workplaces are the way they are, our friendships are the way they are. That is why we are talking about how to avoid being led to suicide in marriage. Good morning, my brother Benjamin.
Hey, good morning.
Happy to see you.
Happy to see you, Ben.
Yes.
And we are talking about what we have realized our society needs.
Yeah.
It is related to the conference we are doing.
Yes.
Now, when you talk about suicide, it's in response to the traumatizing show people are treated to see a man recording his wife.
Imagine.
Kill herself.
Yeah.
And he did not move an inch. And he had enough consciousness to ask his nanny, bring milk, you know. Mm-hmm. And there's a child there.
Yeah.
And just how heartless we can get. You may think this is somebody will wake up tomorrow. This is inhuman. Even when you're not married, you don't watch those kind of things happening, and you have the conscience to just prove you are not guilty.
Yeah.
A selfish operation all along. And I was telling people, this is only a flash in the whole story. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of background story. And today I want to highlight what leads people there.
Yeah.
When we discussed it, many people confessed they had been pushed to the same corner.
Yeah.
One said she actually had swallowed the pills and knocked unconscious. Happily for her, she recovered. She resurrected.
Look at that.
And men also have been victimized a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard men, and because for men it's so hard to talk without appearing weak.
Yeah.
They don't talk a lot, but they come in box and they confess that they have been stressed to the corner. When you talk about suicide, I just want you to think about desperation.
Yeah.
For people to push you until you don't know what is next.
Exactly.
Society only respects physical violence and serial cheating.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about that, they might listen.
Yeah.
They don't know about psychological abuse.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about being emotionally broken down. Again, there are some fundamental truths you need to carry in front of you. Society does not care about you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about you.
Right.
But they oriented you to live for them. Mm-hmm. Respect your elders, don't answer parents, always say yes, be respectful. Your parents can train you to be a people pleaser unintentionally.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Elder, respect elders. That is still your mother. That is still your parent. That is still this. You must still. All society sang you a chorus as you grew up,
Yeah.
to worship your parents, to worship society. Never speak your mind. Any answering is disrespectful. Expressing yourself is disrespectful. Keep quiet. Say yes. Swallow everything. Put up with it. A drunkard dad, he's still your dad. Abusive mother, he's still your mother. You are trained and conditioned to live for society. I want you to begin there.
Okay.
And when that incident happened, I told them, stop being fake. You pretend like you're sorry. How many of us have you buried, but nobody recorded them?
And we don't talk about it.
We keep returning them to those marriages. They come back running away from death. You take them back there because you fear the shame that your daughter, your son divorced, your daughter divorced. This society would rather hear you died than you divorced. Exactly. Society does not care. The first rule for you to save your life is to understand nobody cares. Brahma, I am here to disappoint you. And especially you guys from Western, you believe in community too much. You build in the same community, the same area, and if those who have been married from the eastern side of Kenya, they marry to the west, they come back with shocking reports. You're minding your business in the bedroom, and here comes Shemeji. Shemeji, kiberiti kwapi? Looking for sindano. A communal life that is so intertwined. At first, it began in a good way. The way they would live in community to support each other.
Yeah.
And there was this patriarch, a dad with a big family, and all of you are part of that. And pride is coming from that clan. Even they don't use their dad's name; they use the patriarch's name, so that the peer is not your dad. Is the big grandpa, the one who now. It was so serious that you and your dad are using the same surname. Named after. So the communal lifestyle in many communities in Africa made you live for that community and that name and that society. And to always swear by what that community lives for. To marry who they recommend, to live the life they recommend, to dress how they recommend, live where they recommend, spend your money how they recommend, take up and so much that I've met, and this is so widespread in Africa. There's an element of it in nearly every community. In Kisii land, the first cousin, they are not cousins, they are sisters and brothers. So you are leading a group of 72 cousins just because you are the oldest. Imagine, Brahma is here thinking I'm talking to a young man who is trying to build his career. Unbeknownst to me, at home, this is a kingpin. He is the first cousin among 72.
Imagine.
And he must be there when all of them are graduating. There when all of them are getting married. Any of them he's the mediator. He's on being sent to all of. Now your sister from the other one, even in Mbumbere, they use Baba Mdogo. They don't know uncle. They know the other dad, the younger dad, the older dad. It is so serious in Africa. We were conditioned to live for community, and although it was coming from a good place, nobody told you where the boundaries for individual well-being. Wow. My brother. They meant well, but they went too far.
I like that. Yeah.
We used to write wedding cards. Only now we are trying to claim our individual. Even when inviting wedding cards, it never used to be Bramwell and Beatrice invite. It was the family of Pio and the family of inviting to their daughter and son.
That's how it used to be.
It was so communal, and though it was coming from a good place, it sacrificed our well-being. So although today now we are moving, we are having emotion, we are not disintegrating society.
Yeah.
We are taking our well-being more seriously, our individual well-being, because if you are keeping society happy while you are dying, there's no point.
Yeah.
Again, so the first point, if you don't want to be driven to desperation, rock bottom until you don't see the meaning of life. If you don't, start by understanding that in a general sense, you are alone in this world.
Okay. No one cares.
My brother. Society only cares that you maintain their image, that you don't make them uncomfortable, that you don't embarrass them to the other communities, that you carry their flag. Doesn't care whether you are dying under it.
Yeah.
Maintain the image. Don't make us look bad. Go to even spiritual communities. It's about the church. It's about that, so that you don't do things that will embarrass us. Look around and tell me which church has support group for divorcees.
It's a different.
I'm sending you. Yes. It is embarrassing to the church to support divorcees. So when you are single and you're not young, you don't fit.
Yeah.
They expect single people only there. They may have widows, widowers.
We are just swallowed there.
You don't hear teachings in church about how to date a second time.
Yeah.
How to come to love again. If you had to walk away, this is how you recover.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
Right.
Your relatives don't tell you, should you ever find that you have to come back? They only mention it superficially. But they don't give you solid support.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you, we'll help you pay rent for the first 6 months as you find your path.
Yeah.
Leave that to us. Just tell us how it goes. There are families like that, but they are so few and far between. In a general sense, Bramwell, you are alone. Accept your essential aloneness in this world. Next.
That is heavy, but the truth.
Yes. The next step to make sure you live your life. Today we are trying to protect your life. Okay?
I think you live my life. Today you are protecting.
Please be happy. This is a bitter medicine, but it is here to save your life. To make sure you run all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Without collapsing out of depletion. If you don't use the word depression, you can always replace it with
depletion.
Yes. It will tell you what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes when words are being overused, we lose the meaning.
That is true.
Depleted of energy, depleted of hope, depleted of the spirit, of energy, depleted of anything to live for. Suicide is that point you don't see the point of going on. You don't even think you can face tomorrow. You don't think you matter anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody has been chipping away at you, taking away your energy, taking away, confusing you, putting you down, cursing you, some people break you down without touching you physically. Exactly. So that they escape the law.
Yeah.
And they push you to the brink. And when you die, they go to online to say, oh, we miss you. Oh, fly with angels. Oh.
Yeah.
And when you are here, they were killing you. But when you die, because they want to appear, they want to maintain their image. They want to appear that they were a loving wife, a loving partner. So they can attract sympathy and money.
Yeah.
The money and sympathy. It's selfish. It's not loving. The second rule I want you to know is that, so we said, number one, essentially you are alone in this world.
Okay.
And number two is that you have a mission to serve that did not come from men. Why you came on earth, I don't know it. Your mother doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Your father doesn't know it. You happen to have landed on earth through the airport called your family.
Yeah.
You shall regard your family only as an airport. For you landing on earth, it was not your origin. It's where you landed. Please.
Yeah.
Stop using deep words like my roots. You may share ancestry with siblings, with the other one, but I want you to regard it as, who was the brothers and sisters to Jeremiah?
We don't hear them. We only hear them Jeremiah.
And God is saying, before I formed you,
I knew you.
Your mother was doing gender reveal with your dad because they were so surprised which gender it is. Meaning they did not design you.
Yeah.
They participated in God bringing you to earth. The way God created our Lord without the input of a man, there's something about you that he does the same.
Okay.
The same way the Son of Man landed here without the seed of a man. You have a biological seed of a man.
Yeah.
But your spirit came from him. Your personality and what you are here to do came from him. He told Jeremiah, before I formed you. It was God forming.
Yeah.
It was not that you slept with a sharpshooter, a very fertile man. We have become so carnal and earthly and short-sighted that we attribute God's work to men.
Yeah.
Listen, many people are saying, my purpose is to improve humanity, to improve the life. Who created you? Who created you? These men did not create you. You just found yourself existing at the same time with them. But who landed you here now? No. Service to man is not service to God. No. You're getting it reversed. No.
That is what we say.
No. We are idolizing each other because we are not a threat to each other. If I want to serve Brahman, my life is to serve Brahman. Brahman does not question my sin, my lifestyle. So Brahman is a safe idol. Stop idolizing human beings because they don't challenge your eternity. The primary sin of men is that they deny the only Son of God.
Yeah.
And they replace the purpose of living for God by living for other men.
Man. Mm-hmm.
It looks noble. Oh, served people. I had one person say, I have a photo in my picture of Nelson Mandela in my room. I have one for Nelson, and I'm wondering, where is the one for Jesus Christ? Mm-hmm. Those ones are just fellow men.
Yeah.
Who is your source? Brahman, I want you to trace. Sometimes you're being depressed, depleted because you are disconnected from your source.
And I like that. Yeah.
Brahman, I don't want to disappoint you and tell you to discard friends, but all your friends and your mentors and everybody you come, at some point they will fail you, they don't want to be reachable, the situation will leave you alone. Mm-hmm. There are situations in this life that test how connected you are to your true source.
That is true.
There's only one man who sticks closer than a brother.
Yeah.
He has no conflict of interest. He can't tell you, I can't attend you now, I'm with Zulu. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you call me and I'm phone busy. That person is never phone busy. Mm-hmm. Always reachable. But we avoid going to him for the same reason the first man avoided. He was hiding because he had done things that made him feel that he disconnected him. Let me tell you something. The only way to keep yourself buoyant, I'm not promising you, there's a verse that says many are the afflictions of the righteous. Many. There are many, but God delivers them from them all of them. Yeah. The only difference between me, you, when you are righteous means aligned with God, does not mean perfect. Mm-hmm. Because they keep distorting your perception. When God says Abraham was righteous, he's not saying the man was perfect. Mm-hmm. He fornicated with the wrong woman, got himself in mess, and God had not promised. He was human like us. Yeah. The waiting was difficult for Abraham, like it is to us. Yeah. So, but God calls him righteous, the father of faith, because he was aligned with God. And I don't care your temptation towards pornography, towards lesbianism. Stop endorsing sin. Align with God, and he will compensate your sin and call you righteous.
Thank you. Yeah.
But if you endorse sin as your identity, you have created a permanent barrier between you and your Creator. Mm-hmm. The second way to live and make sure you finish your journey, to identify the true source, that it is not family, it is not people, it is not service to humanity. Mm-hmm. Nonsense.
Right.
You are just a dying man among other dying men. If you serve dying men when you're also dying, where is your hope? Why are we hiding behind twigs? Adam, leaves that are dry. Yeah. Don't invest only in this temporal. When you serve God, now you may end up serving men. Yeah. But it's not the other way. It starts where you came from. We are saying, let the reason for your hope and your happiness, why you face difficulties of life. One of the shows we should explain the word hope. Just that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just hope. Mm-hmm. And when you start dating, my brother, make sure you marry a woman who has hope. Hope. I know that is not in your check criteria. Yes. It may not appear in your list of requirements. It does not appear serious enough. But Brahma, hope is that expectation of a favorable tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Is that expectation that I will make it, that I will journey to the end. People who have no hope are so heavy, pessimistic, they're so dark, they carry such an atmosphere of gloom and doom. Mm-hmm. And I told you, in this country, we don't have opposition. We just have pessimists. Catastrophic thinkers. Yeah. They enjoy imagining horror. Chaos. When you see what they're typing, what they're writing. When you see, even the media has to tone down the images they're sharing because they are false. Exactly. They manufacture the worst. Mm-hmm. What is that? We have become so hopeless that sharing dark things. And I told you not to play horror in your house. Yeah. Give me one advantage of watching horrible things. Nothing. Do you know any? No. So why do we do it? We are consuming darkness. Yes. Hopelessness. Death. Disaster. Why would you buy your child a toy pistol to practice what? Shooting each other? Which life are you training them for? What are we doing, Brahma? One boy went with that toy. Some of them look so realistic. When they returned Matatu, they thought the boy is real. They all fell down. He got shocked. He ran away. It was so real. He was enacting what he watches. And which life are you training your child for when you're buying them guns? When they are on computer and shooting people? Shooting people? That's a game? Brahma, is that a game? Shoot what? And then you're asking, why all this pessimism? Why are the boy child so? Why is all this violence? What have you been training them? The dopamine in the mind can't tell when it's a game or it's a real thing.
Yeah.
The sensation is the same. That's why you keep going back for the sensation of killing a person, sensation of shooting a person. What are we training for? The cartoons used to be innocent about purity and the beauty of life, about fun, creativity. Today is about violence.
Yeah.
My brother, we used to pray for people to stop having nightmares at night. Today we're having nightmares when we are awake. We play them on our TV. Why are you watching nightmares? Horror. What we used to call priests to exercise, today is what we are consuming. There before, priest, my child is having it, come and pray. So the priest comes and exercises. Today, imagine.
And you have made it a norm.
My brother.
Yeah.
I want you to marry a person who loves positivity. Hope comes with expectation of a good tomorrow. Is that it will be positive. I know where I've anchored. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul. The Bible calls hope as an anchor for your soul. The expectation that all will be well, I will arrive safe. That when I have fought the good fight and finished my race, I'll hear, well done, good and faithful servant. Brahman, I live for that compliment alone.
Yeah.
I know people tell you you're smart, you have conquered, you are the best performing. There's one compliment I want you to aim at. Apart from topping the chart of the most viewed, it's okay to trend. Please, there's another place I want you to trend. Well done, good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
So the second criteria to live your life to the full is to anchor your life in the right place where it came from, your divine source. So that when things are glaring and dark. Today I almost called it to cancel the show because there was raining and there's a patch that recently being destroyed, patch of the road that is very difficult to drive when you know and being damaged recently. Yeah. And I'm wondering, no, do I it's so hard when it has rained the last 2 hours to drive there.
Exactly.
Now it was pouring immediately as I want to leave. Actually, I'm driving. It was just crazy. What am I attempting? Do I cancel? But because of hope, I said, I will not quit before I try. Maybe I'll find grace. Yeah. Maybe. Sometimes hope is that, okay, you're going to Red Sea. The Red Sea is there, but you're still going. Hope. Whoever sent me may make a way. Whoever started this journey might still make a way. Hope makes such a difference. When you lose hope, you quit, you collapse. Even when you still have resources, still have energy, you can't see them. You interpret them wrongly. You think we are doomed. Do not consume doom and gloom. Yeah. Consume positivity and hope. This does not mean you are wishful thinking. And that's why I told you not to consume all our news. We base them on fear. To make you watch. So that you can sell advertisement. It's all about money. We are gluing you there so that you can sell the products that are paying us. When they insert one happy, they even alert you. Now, on a happy note, now this is an unusual news item. They smile for the first time. They sold so heavily during COVID because death was present and fear. And they had reason to peddle the worst, peddle the worst, peddle the worst. Nobody is neutral. You are the one to bring neutrality. To know, to be updated what is going on without dwelling on what is going on.
Right.
Don't watch news so much you forget to make news.
Yeah.
When you watch, you're looking at what others are doing until you forget to go and do your own news. You want to write your own script. And while you know the decay and darkness of your day, you also know you are the light.
Yeah.
Hope is remaining cognizant that you're the solution. You're not a victim. And I knew when we talk in this show, we end up having conversations that engineer our eternity, engineer our lives. And I said, I can't just quit. And I don't know what happened to my car. I just went. I thought I'm driving a supercar. Something happened. Yes. I just went. Something happened. And I'm hearing my wife calling me. I'm hearing a car struggling outside. Is it you? No, I'm already arrived. Look at that. It's a hope of help, expectation that I might get help. One woman who had been for 12 years trying to cure a very embarrassing disease that was too private to discuss but too painful to hide.
I like that.
It's a very shameful place.
Yes.
It's a very embarrassing disease, but it is too painful to hide. She still maintained hope for 12 years. Yeah. When she had an unusual healer is coming around. He has been hard to have resurrected. She had not met him before. But she said, if only I can touch her, here is the Son of God. So I may not get his attention. And I'm not worthy too much of that attention. Yeah. And I'll not bother directly. I'll just squeeze and try to touch his garment. Sometimes you're not sure that you get so grand attention. Yeah. You may not be sure that you get all that. But you say, I believe his power is so heavy, if I only touch his garment, I'll be healed. Yeah. And when our Lord turned, he said what I want you to always say, your faith in me. He did not complete the sentence. He hoped you are getting what he's talking about. Sometimes he had so much to say, he did not elaborate. People have taken faith as a floating thing itself. It's a floating. Faith is a rope. It's what it is tying you to that is firm. Yeah. It's not the rope. Please, stop putting your faith in the chain. It's not the chain. It's where it is anchored on. I have faith in humanity. Faith in what?
Humanity.
My brother. One atheist was in an accident and he got cured. And instead of thanking, he said, I thank my money and the science. You can't thank inanimate things. Anchor your hope on a true source. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul. And when they locked COVID when we were I just started my business, tried to launch, tried to expand it to new dimensions. But now they have said nobody's moving. Yeah. So when panic comes, people only spend on primary things like food. They may not spend on counseling and coaching. Although they need it because of stress. They may not appreciate. But I told my wife, like Isaac, I quoted Isaac. When there was famine, he planted. Let us still plant. We shall reap 100-fold. The same God who was with him, he is with us. Yeah. I want you to stop collapsing in gloom and doom. They said they're retiring you, Ali. They say they're firing you, Ali. They are not your God. Yeah. Maybe it's an entrance to where you actually belong. Maybe it's the beginning of the new chapter that will be great. Maybe this is the time that you soar to the greater heights. The second way to make sure you're not being is not to anchor your life on that wife, that partner, on that husband, on that family, but to the person who brought you here, and to see your marriage only as a carriage to your destiny.
Only as a carriage to your destiny.
Yes, it is not your destiny itself.
Yes.
It's not your fate. You're not tied there. People die. People leave. People change. People drift. This is only a carriage. And therefore, if it's only a carriage, I can change it. If the car breaks down, we change to another car. Yeah. View it in the right perspective. Your partner is only a co-traveler. They are not your owner.
Right.
You're traveling alongside with them. If they quit their journey, do you quit yours?
No.
You continue traveling.
Yeah.
You came from a place and you're traveling home. We are not human beings having a spiritual journey. We are spiritual beings having a human journey.
Powerful.
The earth is not our home. It's our stoppage place. It's a preparation place. The second thing is to have a farm to ground your reason to be alive on something different than career, than money. Yeah. Than marriage, then. Do you love me? Some people are so panicky. They have anchored their life on the love life that they keep asking, do you still love me? You have not texted me. They obsess over their partner. Remind them to stop making their God. Yeah. They're elevating you to a place where they elevated Herod and he was killed and rotted immediately. The reasons that marriages are not working is because you've made the partner your God. Do not idolize me. Yeah. Make sure you worship the right person so that you don't set him against me. I can't stand him. Yeah. Even those who don't, the guys who carried Jonah knew the God of Jonah is the real God. Yeah. They tried worshiping their gods, but then people pick idols. They worship the moon and the stars and the universe because The universe, those creation does not require you to change your lifestyle. So it is an easier God to worship. That's why they worship the moon, the sun god, the Greek this, Greek the other. Idols don't ask you to change your lives, to repent. They don't challenge your ego. That is the summary of atheism, poly, whatever, anything. Just a summary of to avoid being asked to change your ways. When they saw Jonah, they sensed this one worships the true God. And now he has a quarrel with that true God. And we are being victimized because of the quarrel. They said, because it appears like you have a quarrel with that God, ask him not to punish us.
Yes.
But we have to remove you.
Throw you to the deep sea.
And true to their word, when they removed him, the calm returned.
Yes.
But sometimes God has no quarrel with the non-believers. That story illustrates that.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's not the non-believers that are causing your company to collapse. It's you who joined the company in rebellion. And they are feeling that if they fire you, they will survive.
Yeah.
They have thrown so much to the sea to try to rescue the company. It's still going down. Since you joined, turmoil arrived. Them, they are not believers. You are.
Yeah.
And they are sensing right. This one worships the true God and is quarreling. As we know, we worship idols because we don't want to change our life. This one worships the true God. And now,
He has a quarrel with the true God. The company is going down.
those guys saved their business.
Yeah.
They saved their lives. They suffered some losses when they've been trying to pay this for you, take you to hospital here. At some point, they realized, since this person came, they had a body. Sometimes it is you who is on a mission, who is appointed, who is causing the companies you are joining, the friendships you are joining, the affairs you are starting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you marry a person and their life starts collapsing. You. Brahman never marry a backslider. Even if you are not saved yourself, it's a good advice. Follow the advice of their company, the colleagues of Jonah. Don't carry a backslider. You will suffer vicariously.
Yeah.
You will be a collateral damage. All human beings have a sense. God put it in them about himself. And when people meet a true worshiper, they sense it. They sense it. They don't like it, but they know.
They know.
You remind them what they've been trying to deny. God is real. He is there. But because they want to be their own God, their ego. And they worship charity, worship and everything else. Safe. That does not ask them to, service to humanity, anything. When they meet a Jonah, they know this one worships a true God.
True God. Yeah.
The shaking of that ship should also tell you COVID could have been also a shaking. Caused a lot of losses. God may not cause it, but he uses them. Those things shake and to remind people, my friend, this one day will happen when God has exited the scene.
Yeah.
Every now and then you see trouble and pain. Let it remind you, this pain is coming when God is in the scene and I call upon him. Do I want to go to a place where there's no God in the scene, but there's pain in the scene? Who will I call upon? Those who visited hell and came back told us the worst thing about hell is the hopelessness. There's no better tomorrow, no redemption. This will go on forever.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you don't want. To be hopeless, to be driven to depletion in this life, depression is a hell. Until death looks like a deliverance.
All right.
When you are healthy, you know to be alive is an opportunity to make a change, to improve your own life, to serve, to radiate the beings of your Creator. But when you're being depleted so much until you think it's better to die, now you're in the wrong environment. The last thing I want you to do, to make sure you live before you die. Everybody dies. Not everybody lives.
Yes.
It's okay to die, but after you have
Leaves.
please. Today we are preparing you that nobody intercepts and takes away your life. And is to make sure you remain connected to your tribe. Tribe, we mean people who walk the same journey as you, who live for the same reasons as you. You are genuine friends. People who care about you. Brahman, I don't want you to let money, job, relationship, love, anything you call it, separate you from that guy whom you know cares about you. That person whom you know watches over you. That person you know checks, and they care that you're on the journey, that you're improving, that you're doing the right things, that you're checking over your health, that your life is balanced, that you're not sinking into addiction, that you're not going veering off. And one group of guys, there were 5, and they all got married. One of them remained reluctant to get married. You know, looking for a partner is also work. It's work.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and hope they'll come. They won't. Nothing comes when you sit there.
Yeah.
Except death. Old age.
Trying catches up with you.
So he was not keen.
Yeah.
And because he's human and they know him, you know, your friends know you. Their friends will know you. And when you're explaining your lies, they're looking at you at an angle.
This one.
And when you finish, they just laugh. They tell you, you have done such a poor job of making a lie. Can you please improve? They're just complaining about the quality of your lie. So the people know you, and you should keep them. The Jonathans who tell you when Saul is out to kill you. The Jonathans who send signals that are coded to tell you there's hostility, who save your life, who swear that you are their brother. Although you don't share blood, they're your tribe.
Right.
And I put a quote the other day. I was telling people, every now and then you need to speak your weird language so that the other weirdos can identify you.
Yeah.
Don't say, I'm not online, I'm quiet. Go online, write your weirdness so that other weirdos like you who are on that weird journey
Can identify you?
don't keep quiet. Brother, this job of yours is very occupying. It confines you in a very small bottle. So I want you to use Facebook and speak your weird language.
Yeah.
Write what you care about.
Yeah.
Post you. Share you. And every now and then a person comes online and tells you, I feel so validated that you exist. And I thought I was alone. I care about these things. That I talk like this. I see the world this way. That's how I met guys we have never met in different countries. And we connect so deeply, we built each other because I spoke my language that may seem weird to many people. But to them, that is their domestic language.
Yeah.
You need to speak so that others can hear familiar sounds. And notice this one, we come from the same place. You know, these military people, even when they're not in uniform, they identify each other by training, by discipline, by how they look, by how they shave, by how they conduct themselves. A glance and another, and they identify each other by training. Sometimes your soul family, the people who care about loyalty, who care about being true, who want peace, who want truth, who want longevity, they identify each other by that vibe. Keep putting it out. Keep putting it out. It may not trend. Trending things are weird. What is this that is pleasing everyone? Be careful. Stop looking to trend. You're losing yourself. Brahman, the things that are deeply true about you cannot trend. Because you are not a trending type. You're unique. Why do people want to be unique and also trending? That's mutually exclusive. You can't do that. When you're unique, you only attract other unique people. Unique means they are one in a big group. They're few. So every now and then, those of us who teach, we feel good when something has been shared out. But let me tell you, sometimes it's that which has not strict to just the right number of people that saves lives. That's why I tell teachers, don't put out only one lesson. Put out many. Don't get one lesson that you only want that to train the whole day. Continue teaching. It may be those few lessons that are just average, that are changing lives, that are clicking with a person whose situation they thought nobody understands it, and they feel validated. Sometimes they come identify, it is that video about, that is the one that gave me light. And you can't know which one. So Brahma, the thing to keep you all the way to the end is to stay connected to your tribe. The people who validate you, who tell you that now you're being mistreated. That's not what we live for. Brahma, if you're being insulted, we don't want that. Brahma, if you're being made so depressed, we don't want that. If you're being denied to connect to us, man, now you're losing it. That's not a good person for you. There are people, and they may not be constant. Those people may keep on changing through phases of life. But and I was telling one lady, say, I enjoy my company, I like my own space, and I told her, you can't bury yourself. Enjoy your company, but my friend, don't take this idea too far. People are taking their selfishness too far. My friend, there was one guy who was so sick, he was carried by 4 people, went to destroy a roof to take him to the healer. What if he enjoyed his company so much he had no friends? He was so sick. Could he carry himself when he can't even move? Don't take your idea. I enjoy my company too far. Sometimes it's not about feelings. I don't feel people. You know, sometimes they're petty. Shared interest, not feelings. Can you outgrow feelings and connect on shared interests? Get merry-go-rounds that can help you medicate when you are sick. Can help you carry. Sometimes they are coming there to dig your road, to pass the vehicle as they attend your wedding. Will you attend your own wedding? Will you eat all the food? Brother, don't take your idea of enjoying a company too far. Connect to people who care about you on different levels. Confidants are usually few, just one or two. But constituents are many. You share interest. And the comrades whom you share enemies. Enemy of poverty. Please, connect with other ex-convicts of poverty. Ex-prisoners. Those ones you can save money with. You're just trying to escape poverty. So you're united on that mission. Of alleviating, we're saving this much, we're investing here. You don't share lifestyles. You just share hatred of poverty. Others you share interest of doing good journalism. Share interest of building a good life. Share interest to connect there. But confidence actually feel because you are there for each other. Yeah. And you deeply, you are vulnerable. And it can be just one or two. So don't worry. Not everybody needs to be a confident to know your private life. But do we share interest? Do we want to buy land? Do we want to buy cars? Do we want to move to better houses? Are you trying to survey? Those ones, join up hands. Join those WhatsApp groups. Join those. Be there. When they have a health drive, funds drive, do something. You should have a social budget. Stop consuming all the money on yourself, and then one day when you have a need, you want people to spend on you, and you never spent on them. You can't reap where you do not sow. Start sowing now. Send that 1,000, that's 2,000. There's one man who never showed up for people's events. In the village, you will only send a packet of milk. So there's a grill, he sends a packet of milk. The packet of milk. So when he had an event, people also sent what? Packet of milk. So the milk was there. Now the milk to do meetings, the milk to clear the road, the milk. You should have a social budget in terms of money, and also social budget in terms of fuel, traveling, going to people's events. Yeah. Bramwell, one day I want you to go all the way to Webuye to show up at a cousin's event. Yeah. You're not a major person, you're not a guest of honor, you're just showing up, saying, we are with you, man. Yeah. Congratulations for getting married. Bramwell, umetoka all the way to Nairobi. Thank you. So. Don't worry, we are together. Yeah. That registers to them forever. Bramwell took his time, a whole day to travel this far. And I have my friend here. And they see, sometimes you even show up and they don't acknowledge too much. But while you are there, you met other people who are as committed in supporting each other like you are. Yeah. Sometimes it's not the person, they don't even have time to greet you. But it's other people who are this supportive you meet. I want you to attend events, even if the BBRUs will not see you. It's other attending people whom you exchange a number, you greet there. Oh, we met at this, have this, and sometimes it's that energy you put out of supportiveness. Brother, let me finish by this. You are being driven to depletion because you are losing touch with your tribe. Friends who care will not allow a woman to break you down until you are drinking yourself to death. Friends who care will tell you Bramwell will not allow this. They'll come there and tell the woman, you found Bramwell healthy? Now I hear you are quarreling too much. We refuse this. We refuse this as his friends and will not allow this. I know you have managed to kick away his brothers and his sisters using all the chaos of his in-law. We are friends. You can't kick us out. We have a soul covenant. Bramwell will not die in your hands. For this reason, we have collected evidence. If we don't leave, we are taking you to police. Yeah. You need friends who can carry you all the way to the healer, break the roof, pass you in, save your life. Yes.
Powerful. Wow. My dear listener, that is why you need to be looking forward to joining this beautiful conference that is coming up, courtesy Benjamin Zulu, Healing and Unveiling Your Best Self. And that is why I always say, my dear listener, that sometimes God allows you to go deep into that bottom so that you can understand that He's the rock at the bottom. Thank you so much, Bwana.
Most welcome, and it's June 10th. Yes. I wish we can meet at Utalii Hotel, June 10th. Investment just 7,500. Yeah. It will be for all groups and for healing, both genders. We realize that's what we need, Bramwell. Exactly. Everybody hearing me, make your effort. I've given you 2 months to prepare. Invest in you. Sometimes you are being driven to suicide because you're also bleeding from other wounds. Exactly. You're already depleted and weak. Yeah. Let's talk about how to recover who you really are.
Yes. And there is only one number to call, 0701 299 299 That is the number. 0701-299-333. Asante sana Bwana Benjamin.
Most welcome.
Looking forward to next week such a time.
Yeah.
God bless you so much.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,